I am using a Canon Rebel 2 Ti for my video, and I am using a Canon lens EF50 1 to 1.4 ratio 50mm lens to film. And I'd like to welcome you to the bridge of the HVS YouTube partner, the Gunge class type ship. And I am your captain, Jimbo Jitsu. We're going to be talking a little bit about the different types of ships today. Right now I'm doing a drone incursion assignment. I just got gold. I've been sitting here setting up the camera and just lobbing missiles at it, so I didn't get platinum, I guess. Anyways, we're going to go talk about ships. The HVS YouTube partner. We just finished a drone incursion assignment, and we're jumping to a new one where we will engage the drone enemy. This is new. It's been out for 1 week, kind of a mission, and the Colonials and the Cylons have an ongoing truce where they don't shoot each other during this mission. And there's actually some cooperation where recently the Cylons have been dragging the drones through our flak. Kind of an interesting change in the game. Anyways, we're going to be talking about ships today. I'm going to describe a little bit about the strike ship, the escort type ships, and the line type ships. And then there's the carrier. They're the only type of their ship. I don't know if they're going to come out with a dreadnought to match that. But we're just going to focus on the different types of ships. And there's a Tilium cost ship and a Cubits cost ship, and we're going to talk about that and why it's best to just focus on one type of ship and go with what you find is the funnest to fly. Thank you all for sitting in, and hopefully this will be informative. In the Galactica, which is newly changed from a 3D environment to this ugly 2D clunky interface, but that's another video. What we're going to talk about today are the ship types, which has been moved over here in his ship hangar. You click on that and it shows you all the different ship types. I own a Gunge, I just bought a Jot, I have them all, and a Scythe, and an Advanced Viper MK2. And basically these ship types are called lines. These ship types are called escorts, and these ship types are called strikes. Let's switch over to my strike. Change your name and stuff like that. Mine is the HVS Diego, and it should be the High Diego. HVS stands for House Vladimir Ship. You have decals, paints, and stuff like that. Now back to the ships. The strike ship is the basic fighter. They call it the interceptor role, and these ships have their own purpose. Each ship does well. Some of the best players are in strikes, others are in escorts, and others are in lines. The ship isn't so much what is important as it is the level of gear and your skills, your skill levels in training, and then your ability to fly it. So basically when you decide which ship type you want, you should stick with it because it costs so much money to upgrade the gear. You don't want to half upgrade the gear like I did, then switch to an escort and upgrade that halfway, and then switch to the line, and I finally stuck with it and upgrading that gear exclusively all the way. But I've wasted hundreds of thousands of cubits by doing that, and that's why I want to mention the different types of ships to you all. So we're going with the strike. It's the fighter type. Escort, they work better against fighters than lines. They work better against strike than line will, and they work okay against line. Kind of a medium in between. And lines are your battleships, and I have the Gungener, which we just call the Gunge. And I like it because it doesn't require a lot of mouse or control. You can use the keyboards really easy. You point it in a direction, you tell it to move, and you don't have to keep your hands on the controls. That's especially good for me. So I've decided to go with the Gunge, or the battle class style ship. I went with the escort ship, and I wasn't really happy with that at all. And had I known what I known, and I have the ability, I would have probably just stuck with the strike ship. But because I have fibromyalgia, holding the mouse for that long and squeezing it and moving it around for that long just makes the strike not an option for me for more than an hour at a time. So I've decided to go with the battleship Gunge. It's a qubit-based ship, and it took me 2 months to save up the qubits for it, and I'm at 2 months to save up the merits to upgrade it, and I'm 2/3 of the way there. But it's pretty much the best ship in the game for its class. Now if we go to escorts, we have what is known as the halberd, and it's referred to as the Halley, and this is typically considered the best escort type ship you can get, and it's also a qubit ship. If we head on down to the strikes, you got the Viper MK7, which is by and far the best strike ship you can buy. It is also a qubit ship. So those are the two things to realize, is there's qubit ships and there's Tilium ships. And the Tilium ships, once you get up a bit in level, Tilium will never be a problem for you in this game. You get it through selling loot, not mining. You get loot through killing NPCs. So that's a little bit about the ships. And the importance is, if you spend, let's go to the guns and the strike, just so you can quickly see how much it costs to upgrade a gun. Okay, so here we have my Viper, the High Diego, and I've got most of my gear up to level 7. I got one cannon up to level 9, and that's it. Now you can see at a level 9 I'm doing the different damages, blah 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 blah. Here's how you see how this costs. You just go to your upgrade, and you click on the next arrow, and you look at how all your stats change. You don't have to buy it. And you can go all the way up to level 10. You can upgrade up to level 15, but it requires tuning kits to do that. So save your tuning kits. So if you click on, this is a level 9 gun, right? Or did I click on the level 7? Let's back out. Level 7. And to upgrade it to level 8 costs 12,000 qubits. To upgrade it to level 9 costs 30,000 qubits. To upgrade it to level 10 costs 60,000 qubits. That's more than the ship cost. So I've got 4 of these. On a Mark 7 I get 5, I think it is. So just to get them to level 10 from 0, you're going to spend close to 100,000 qubits a gun. So you don't want to spend money on one type of ship and then go to the next type of ship and spend the same amount of money and then go to the next type of ship if you're thinking these ships are going to actually be better. They're not. It's the level of weapon you have, the level of skill you're at, and just how good of a person you are at playing the game. Now there's different types of gear on your ship. There's weapons, there's computers, there's hull, and there's engines. Now we'll get into that in the next video. I just basically wanted to let you know that each ship costs a lot of money to upgrade. So you may be thinking, oh, this Viper's a piece of junk. I'm going to get a Maul like I did because it's tougher. And it is a little bit tougher at the low level, but once you upgrade your Viper to level 10 gear, it's going to spank the Maul left and right. The Maul has a big blind spot for strikes, and they just get, it's your worst nightmare. You can't really do much about it. Now I've seen high level players do okay with Mauls, but usually the Halberd is the strike of choice. So each ship does well, but the gear is the most important. And staying in one type of class, you have the strike class ship, the escort class ship, the line class ship, and then you have the carrier. And each one has its own gear that costs its own money. Now, each ship in that class, you can switch your gear back and forth between, but that's it. You're spending literally hundreds of thousands of qubits for each class of ship. So you want to just have this as an informed decision when you start the game. Okay, that's it for this video.